Hi everybody. Today I want to talk about how our use of words when we're talking about homeschooling and unschooling can get us into confusing situations with people. For instance, I remember Isaiah Sheffer visiting the Holt office for the first time. He was the father of Susanna Sheffer, the editor of Growing Without Schooling for 16 years after John's death, and he came to Boston to visit his daughter and see where she worked. So Isaiah is walking around the office and he sees all these books on our shelves that we sold through our book catalog. Childbirth at Home, Teach Your Own, Homeschooling for Excellence, and Caring for Your Own Dead. Eventually Isaiah says to us, "That's the problem with you people. You never get out of the house." Of course, Mr. Sheffer knew quite well that homeschooling is not about keeping children at home all day. But his joke touches on an issue that can stump unschoolers and homeschoolers when it's asked. Where do you go to school? This question can lead to defensive answers about why unschooled children aren't in school. But John Holt suggested a way to avoid getting into debates about the value of school attendance. In this reply that he made to a mother's letter about how she should respond to people who don't understand why anyone would take their child out of school. John writes, "Unschoolers should never say or admit that their children are not going to school. They should insist that they are going to school. If people say where, they should say, right here in our home." My strong hunch is that this will satisfy a large number of otherwise critical or even hostile people. In these days, most people believe in word magic. Not for them the wise advice of Justice Holmes. Think things, not words. For them, the word is the thing. The label on the package is the contents. If the label says new, fresh, pure, it must be new, and so on. Many of these folks have in their minds, among other slogans and rules, the rule that children should go to school. If we say that our children are going to school, most of them will not get into complicated arguments about what is or is not a school, or whether our home is really a school, but will be satisfied that the rule is being obeyed. Some, of course, will not be satisfied, will say, "Why aren't they going to the same school as the other children?" But nothing we said or might say could satisfy these people. For them, school is the army for kids, a bad experience that they do not want any child to escape. In saying that our children who are learning at home are in school, we are not just tricking people, though we may be doing that. We are also putting into their minds the important and very true idea that children, like everyone else, are always learning no matter where they are or what they are doing, that the whole world is a learning place for them. That school does not have to mean only that big brick building with a cyclone fence and usually padlocked gates, but could mean any place at all. It will be much easier for such people, unless they are real blue meanies, to understand and accept later that some of the time, perhaps very little or none, our children may be in the red brick building, but that most of the time they will be in school somewhere else.